This is Division 1, our second race at Salisbury. Going has changed to good. It's been downgraded from good to firm in places, and we're over 7 furlongs. Poetry of Time, 15-8. Akko Mesner, 3-1. 100 to 13. Attracting support is Al Azd, Superior, 8-1. Having opened at 12. Seaway, 17-2, out to 9-1. And 16s bar those. So a solid enough favourite at the top in Poetry of Time. But there are market moves in against the favourite in Division 1 of the pile driver British EBF Novice Stakes. The likes of Al Azd touched as low as 100 to 30, 11-4, but he's now 4-1. The money horse, I guess, for each way purposes, Lydia Superior, 12-1, out to 9-1. 7-4 Poetry of Time then.
I don't know what to make of that market entirely, Sam. How about you?
It's certainly mixed messages, isn't it? Because Poetry of Time, sort of everybody thought that, yeah, he's going to be a short price favourite in this race. Akko Mesner is a little bit exposed, albeit has got some Salisbury form. Al Azad, well backed at Sandown, or well supported and tight enough in the market, but ran no sort of race, but they've come in for him again. And then Superior, who was sort of put in a tentative 40-1, that was snapped up into 20, and now he's been well backed again.
He has. Poetry Time, I don't really know what to make of that run at Thirsk. I thought he was going to be absolutely not involved when he was being pushed along at halfway, and then he's stayed on to just fail to pick up Stoneacre Donny, who himself kind of, you know, things rapidly changed. Basically, the pace collapsed, didn't it?
And the fact he was 9-1 for that Thirsk maiden suggested that he's not very high up on the pecking order, or he was grossly in need of the experience, which is how it panned out, to be honest. I mean, obviously he was slowest of the 8 runners to the 20 mile an hour metric. His finishing speed percentage was 105, so he has rattled home. But the market's not exactly suggesting that he's built on that performance. You'd expect him to be, you know, very tight to evens or odds on if he'd step forward mentally for that.
It's different ground. It was soft ground then at Thirsk. It's good ground here at Salisbury. We mentioned Akko Mesner as well. He's run 3 times. We've got something of a handle on him. You're not convinced by his finishing effort last time at Lingfield?
Just over 7, and also Doncaster as well. He might get away with it here because I'm not sure this is the deepest race, but you know, the second here at Salisbury, he's got good experience with the track behind Lost Signal, who we'll see later on, and I just thought that he's the type of horse that would definitely win a race off the back of that, and those last 2 runs over 7, just at Lingfield last time I was expecting him to at least finish off with a bit of purpose, and he just flattened out a bit in the last furlong, which you know, at sort of 5-2, I'll be happy to let him win at those odds.
I wasn't sure whether he was completely in love with the track.
Yeah, you might have a fair point there.
I suppose it's a track he knows here at Salisbury, ran well on debut, and Doncaster a more straightforward one as well. Al Azad, we've made the point that he was quite well backed at Sandown on soft ground. He's well backed, relatively speaking, here today as well.
Yeah, you know, from a yard that would certainly know, you know, a decent 2-year-old and what it takes to win a race of this nature. They're 15 2-year-old winners this year, and the fact that he's been very well supported again suggests he's stepped up for that debut where he looked very raw and green and backward.
And Superior will have to step up on what he did last time when he was a bit agitated in the preliminaries. He looks like he has taken them better this time around. Last one's going forward. Let's rejoin Richard Hoyles.
Last one in then is Marley Star. 7 furlongs this time. And the 9 runners leave the stalls. A little slow into stride was at Boo Hale, and Akko Mesner just got crossed early and had to be shaken up. Doing it rather more easily, the double green of Poetry on Time, the white jacket with the purple cap of Superior. Restrained behind that pair is Seaway, who's keen early on in the yellow colours. Akko Mesner's recovered into 4th in the orange. In 5th is Al Azd, blue and white. Marley Star out wide from Boo Hale, and the back 2 early on are Crimson Sunset and Affection. Early pace does not seem too strong. It's being set by Poetry of Time under Tom Marquand, with Superior on the outside. Racing in 3rd is Seaway, just ahead of Akko Mesner. 5th place for Al Azd in the blue and white colours, and the second half of the field is made up by Marley Star on the outside of...
Well, Akko Mesner has got there and make it 2 for 2 races for Oisin Murphy, riding here for Jack Jones, and this horse getting off the mark. At the 4th time of asking, he had a rating of 78 that he brought into this. He did have to work to get past Poetry of Time, but the 2 of them have pulled clear of the rest of the field. Tom Marquand and William Haggas responsible for the runner-up. It's close up in 3rd, and we'll get those placings confirmed by the judge. But there you have the winner, Sam.
Yeah, he knuckled down well today. Had lovely trip through the race, I thought. The first couple, Superior, and obviously the second, Poetry of Time, cut out a swinging gallop, and Oisin Murphy was just okay to just settle in behind him, found a nice position through the race, and then just had one run at Poetry of Time, which has ultimately proved successful. Saw out the 7 well at Salisbury, looked happier on the track than perhaps, as you suggested, at Lingfield last time, and hit the line quite strong.
Seaway is the horse that has finished third.
Yeah, he's hit the line better than he did at Doncaster as well. I think he's probably going to want further in time, but that was an encouraging race. At least he's finished his race off well.
He has, and looking at the right-hand side in the Shadwell colours, blue and white, is Al Azid, who's twice held his position quite readily in the market. This, neither of us, I think, is the deepest race. He put his head in the air on different ground when asked to give something.
Just looks very green and raw, doesn't it, at the moment? Couple of handlers in the paddock, and he'll have learnt a fair bit more from this performance, and he's been given a nice, I'll say introduction, a second run really, but probably the first time that he's really had to come off the bridle and battle Sandown. He was allowed just to come home in his own time, but he's had to pass 1 or 2 horses here, and he's done that, so he's just very immature mentally by the look of him.
Maybe something from Crimson Sunset, the filly who was at the rear in the early stages. She has at least stuck on.
Yeah.
Superior as well. It's hard to say that necessarily that he's built a great deal on his debut, just because I don't know what they've achieved really here.
Well, I just think experience told with the front two. You know, they're 2 horses that have been in the heat of battle pretty much in their